trailer loading a horse who doesn't want to go into the trailer. So I'm going to try something which is to teach him a cue to walk forwards, because he kind of doesn't really respond to the slack going out of the lead rope. So now he's closing his eyes and completely ignoring the slack going out. And I use the tapping. Yes, good boy. Wow, this is great. So one more thing I don't do, I don't start over. So if the horse goes to the side, I keep the pressure until the horse is facing the trailer again. I don't lead the horse in the circle and try again. Because if I lead the horse in a circle and try again, the release happens away from the trailer and not towards the trailer. So don't start over. And I keep the pressure. And I keep the pressure. Yes, this is where the release is. So do not start over. Release the horse into the trailer. Okay, I take the slack out. He's heading backwards. I just keep the pressure. Yes, now he went forwards. Good boy. Okay, I'm going to take the slack out. Yes, good boy. Very nice. Now we have all 4 feet in the trailer. And so far I haven't pulled on him. I've just taken the slack out. Okay, let's see if I take the slack out now, what happens? Now he goes backwards, so I keep the pressure until he steps forwards. Good boy. And a little bit more, please. So now I use the tap him behind the withers. Yes, good boy. Very nice. And I don't care if he goes forwards or backwards at this point. I couldn't care less. The only thing I care about is that the release happens when he steps forwards. He's thinking about going forwards. I could maybe have released there, but I like to see their feet move. Yes, good boy. Very nice. Yeah, so now I'm standing in the trailer, which makes it harder for me to reach his withers. But I will see what happens if I need to reach his withers. So I take the slack out, and he pulls backwards, but I make sure I don't release. So to now not release, I actually have to climb over the front bar. So I'm still not releasing. Oh, there I can release because he stepped forwards. So I think this is a classic place where he has usually gotten the release. When he pulls back, he gets the release. And when he steps forwards, he gets pressure. So I need to do the exact opposite. So when he pulls back, there's no release. When he steps forwards, there's release. But it doesn't really matter if the release happens here or there or wherever, as long as it's towards the trailer and not away from the trailer. I want the other front foot as well now. Yes, good boy. So he goes further and further into the trailer. Which is good. This is where he starts backing up the most. And I think it's because people have been doing this and he has gotten too much pressure and become hurt. So don't do that. Just gonna do like I used to do. Take the slack out. Nothing happens. Yes, good boy. And release when he steps forwards. And again, take the slack out. He gets stuck. Let him think about it. Tap him behind the withers. Nothing really happens. So I just keep on doing it until he steps forwards. So I'm just tapping, tapping, tapping. There you go. There is the release. So he is quite tricky, this horse. It's hard to keep the pressure when he's doing the wrong thing. But I try not to escalate it. I just keep it so that the release happens when he steps forwards. Okay, we're going to try again. And also, obviously, make sure not to put the rope like this, rather like this, so that you don't get caught up in the rope if the horse pulls back. Okay, so I take the slack out. Yes, I got a tiny step forward, so I'm releasing on it, not becoming too greedy. If he can do that every time I take the slack out, he's going to end up inside the trailer. Okay, I take the slack out. Nothing happens. Yes, good boy. And now I think it's important to not tie the horse on the front bar. Because according to his response, I think that has been tried and that he has gotten into some kind of pressure or panic or something that makes him then very reluctant in this area here of the trailer. Yeah, now he's heading out. Let's see if we can get him back inside. Take the slack out. Nothing happens. Yes, good boy. Here we are. And I don't really care if he goes in or out the trailer now. I couldn't care less. If he goes out of the trailer, that's fine with me. We just put him back inside. Yeah. It would, of course, be nice if he took a tiny step forwards. Okay, I'm going to stay on this side of the front bar. So he goes backwards, backwards, backwards. I keep the pressure until he steps forwards. Good boy. And I do it again. Take out the pressure. Yes, good boy. Now he was actually quite soft in his response. He looks a bit grumpy, but I actually think he is a bit tense because you have quite big worry strings here on each side of the muscle. If you look here, this is a sign the horse is clamping the jaws together, being tense. So he looks cool, but he like this. So maybe if I can get him to be a little more. No, yeah, good boy. Yes, he has. So now he licks and chews a bit. And, you know, takes his head down a bit. Which at least, you know, releases the tension in the jaws a little bit. Yeah. Doing some face yoga. Okay. I take the slack out. He steps forwards. Amazing. Take the slack out. Yes, good boy. I take the slack out. And I would like his hind legs now. Giddy up. Yes, good boy. And now he's heading backwards. So I put some pressure on. Keep the pressure. He is pulling a bit until he steps forwards. Yes, good boy. Take the slack out. And I keep the pressure until he is facing the trailer. This looks a bit clumsy. Woo, there is the release. But I am very aware of what I release on. And I try in any way I can to keep the pressure until he is in a good position. And now let's do it all over again. Isn't this fun? Okay, I take the slack out. He steps forwards. I release. Take the slack out. He steps forwards. I would like some more forward. Yes, good boy.
Okay, here we lost the audio and the sound, so this is a bit of a voiceover. He moves his front feet when I pick up on the lead rope, which is great, but there are only tiny steps. Especially his right front foot is a bit stuck. And I'm trying to get him to move his right front. So I'm not releasing until he does that, then I release. And then I now also want tapping him behind the withers to move his hind feet so that I can get him like more up on the ramp. Which he does, and that's great. So now I can reach his hind legs by tapping him behind the withers. He's standing halfway inside the trailer. So it's the final part left. So I ask him to step forwards. He steps forwards. Now he gave me multiple steps with all 4 feet, which is awesome. And I take the slack out of the lead rope and he goes completely into the trailer. Yes, and I think I am rewarding him here for being in the trailer. And pretty happy about the process. But I definitely found some issues with this horse that I would work on if I was this horse's owner. So first and foremost, I would not trap him into the trailer once he's inside the trailer. He is free to leave. And second, I would work on the horse responding to the slack going out of the lead rope in the correct way. So he has a tendency to pull backwards when the slack is taken out of the lead rope, instead of stepping forwards. And in many ways, it's actually easier to trailer load an untrained horse than a horse that has learned to go against pressure. But by releasing on the right thing, the horse will eventually load and also respond to the slack being taken out of the lead rope, which is important for a horse to know.